Canadians are
think about the issue and MPs opening up their books to the Auditor General. We've also heard from a Liberal MP. Now it's time to hear from the Conservatives. Senior Harper Cabinet Minister, Heritage Minister James Moore joins us today from Vancouver. So, Mr. Moore, what do you think? Do you think the Auditor General should be able to look at MPs' expenses?
That's decided by the Board of Internal Economy, and if that's what's decided, that's what's decided. Frankly, it's not a huge concern for me. About 85–90% of an MP's office budget goes to salaries and office rentals. So it's, I'll live by whatever rules are determined by the Board of Internal Economy.
It's starting to feel like the prorogation issue all over again. A Facebook page, editorials, public outrage.
Well, listen, I represent about 120,000 people in the House of Commons. I haven't had one constituent contact me on this. It doesn't mean it's not an issue. So, because the media are talking a lot about it, doesn't mean the public's talking a lot about it. But, as I said, if the Board of Internal Economy is going to examine this and have different rules, then that's not uncommon. And I'll live by whatever rules that they determine.
Talking about gotcha politics. Well,
you know what? Okay, there is an element of gotcha politics here. So I crunch the numbers. It's very hard to get just the summary information that Parliament does disclose. It took me like half a day to download in a spreadsheet, figure it all out. Here it is on telephone charges. So who spends most on telephone charges? It was Maria, the BQMP from Hunsett, Maria Morani.
Okay.
$30,000 is what she spent on phone bills. She's just in Montreal, back and forth to Montreal. Guys in BC are spending 15 grand a year. Why, Maria? I'd like to know. It's not a lot of money, but it's 15 grand. Russ Hebert, he's a BC MP from just south of Vancouver. He's tops among all MPs. Why? Because he spends $220,000 a year flying him, his wife, and his young child back and forth to Ottawa all the time. Okay, fair enough. Can you not tell us that? Put down the flights. And why are we flying your young kids around? I'd like to take my family with me when I fly on business and I'm out on the road for an election campaign, but we don't do that. I think people want to know all the dimes and nickels and where you spend.
The other thing
there
that's
may also be
fascinating
causes that look like fraud.
Yeah.
And she'll have to make a judgment about whether or not this was out-and-out fraud or whether this MP just made a mistake on quite a few $1,000s and paid it back.
or maybe not. Yeah.
But she really wants to look at systems, and in a way, that's what Canadians should be most interested in. Are these systems protecting the public interest? But the other part of this that's fascinating is to watch how this played out. And we all know that Sheila Fraser is sort of the gold standard in oversight in Ottawa, and anyone who goes up against Sheila Fraser is almost guaranteed to lose. But to watch her skill in playing this, she approaches Parliament the way she should, asks their permission to do it 10 months ago, asks her permission, goes through the process. When they say no, she just quietly says, well, they've made their decision, and I'm going to have to live with it because I work for them, and this is a complicated relationship. Absolutely knowing full well that there is going to be a firestorm, and she's going to win. And on the other side of that, they were totally inept. They didn't understand the dynamic, and they clearly don't understand the public opinion.
Yeah. Now let's